Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. It is a beautiful fall day out there today, and there's a lot of things coming up this weekend, but there's definitely some things I want to get to before we get to what's happening around town. First of all, I want to bring up Israel. What just a horrific week we've seen happen over in the Middle East. And it's just, again, it's so horrific. I almost don't even know what to say of it. I mean, I think anytime we see these atrocities happening so far away from us, we can't believe we live in a world that this is actually taking place. So again, what can we do here locally? I've been very concerned about our Jewish population here in town. As you know, I have a lot of Jewish family members here in town and in the area, and I just know this has been an incredibly emotional week for them. I have been reaching out to Rabbi Alex Matthews at Conversation Avis Akim, and just checking in. I know most of our Jewish community here in Newburyport have either ties over in Israel or just, obviously Israel just holds such a special place in their faith and in their heart. So with all that said, obviously our heartfelt condolences are out there for Israel and for the Jewish people having to witness these events that are taking place, across the globe. Locally, I can tell you that after speaking with Rabbi Matthews this week, that we are going to have a prayer service here in Newburyport on Market Square. That's going to happen Saturday at 6 p.m. right after the Shabbat. So I think that's good. For other people who are concerned or want to learn more, I think you could go on any news outlet. If you haven't been following the story, please log on to any of your favorite news outlets, and it's all the world is talking about right now. And then if you find someone you need support and you don't know where to go, contact my office. I know obviously Rabbi Matthews and the congregation is there for people, but I think we're all here for each other and when going through something like this. So I just wanted to mention that at the beginning in case you weren't paying attention to it, but I also wanted to just highlight that there will be some things coming up to show our support, and that's starting Saturday at 6 p.m. at Market Square. Okay, so that's all I'll say about Israel, but just terrible, really sad situation unfolding right in front of our eyes. Every day we get to see it on the news, what's happening over there, and I know there's so many U.S.-American connections over there as well. So here are our thoughts and prayers. What else is going on this week? We had a really good public hearing last night around our order for the Newburyport Recreation and Youth Services Department. This is part of the process we go through when we submit an administrative order like this. We have to have a public hearing, which happened last night. I want to just give a huge shout out to Andrew Levine and Andy Egmont for presenting. But even a bigger shout out to Andy Egmont, our director of the Recreation and Youth Services Department. But this is probably the 5th time I've had to listen to her essentially justify what she does to our city council. And you know what? We haven't had to do that with any of our other city departments. And I just think that's really incredible. For a department that 100% of their mission is to help our kids here in Newburyport, and not just some kids, but every single child is their mission here in Newburyport. And we do so many good things. And we've seen this department really get built out of nothing, right? Andy actually was our first employee. We started at 1. And we've got a really robust department right now, a robust department that can really service the needs of our kids here in Newburyport. And so there's 2 things here. There's this really just formalizing what they're already doing as an official city department. And then the second part of this is that we'll be coming forward really soon with a plan for 59 Low Street for, again, the new home of the Recreation and Youth Services Department. And I said I won't bring anything to the council until it's a fully baked and cooked plan. We're talking 100% design, but then also, the issues around traffic on Low Street will be taken care of before I bring it to council, and also where Parks Department. I plan on moving the Parks Department out of there before this happens as well, or at least having that plan in place and begin that process of moving the Parks Division out of 59 Low Street to get ready for Newburyport Youth Services and that project to begin. So that's where we are, but just, really hats off to Andy Egmont. She's been here for over 20 years, and all she has done is build a robust department that meets the needs of every child here in Newburyport. And for someone who has to continuously, justify what she does on a regular basis, it's just, and she does it with grace and she does it with humor. And again, it's amazing that she's gone this long without either losing her cool or losing her focus. But she's just been an asset here to Newburyport, and I wanted to publicly say that because again, we don't put other departments under the scrutiny that this department has been under the last couple years. And it's an election season too, so I hope this vote comes out on this order, and maybe we can flesh out some of the issues that councilors have with this department and find a way to move forward, because it is such a valued asset here in the city. So that's all I'll say about Recreation and Youth Services. So coming up, we have Community Preservation Act applications due. That's due December 15th. So again, last year we started this project a little earlier. I mean, some of the projects we get to do with these funds are so important. I talk about the restoration of the high school stadium came from these funds. We're looking to do Bartlett Mall and Market Landing Park with these funds. And we'll have about $1.2 million available for some projects moving forward too. I've already said that I want to hopefully add 2 more tennis courts, or at least 1 more tennis court. Nope, at least 2 more tennis courts down at the Rupert A. Knock Middle School. We have that project there. We have 2. We'd like to get at least 2 more to make us able to host our high school team for tournaments and things like that. I mean, right now we don't qualify for those things. Plus, those 2 courts have just been so successful. I mean, we have the land down there. It'd be perfect time to add to that project. And we also have a lot of number projects that we're going to look at too. The Rock Tower down at Atkinson Common is one of them. So just keep that in mind. Those applications are due at the middle of December, December 15th. And if you ever need any help or advice on what kind of projects we're looking at, please contact my office, because again, these can come from the city, or they can also come from citizens as well if they've got a project that they think falls into one of the categories for CPA funds. So that's that. What else is going on? So City Council has a meeting tonight around STRUs. That process is still moving forward. I don't think they'll be ready to bring that out of committee just yet, so there'll be some more public meetings. So if you have any strong feelings about that, please attend one of these meetings. I don't think we have consensus yet. I don't think we have a collaboration yet as far as who wants to bend as far as their stance on STRUs. And from the city side, we just need something to get on the books so we can start enforcing it. Because until then, we're going to let these STRUs keep operating. And of course, dealing with those problem STRUs. But to be honest, we don't get a lot of complaints about the problem STRUs. We just get a lot of complaints from people that don't want STRUs, which is different, right? So we're hoping that we can get somewhere with the council here in the next couple weeks, and hopefully we get a vote from this council, because I do think the closer we get to the election on November 8th, the closer we get to that date, I don't know how much is going to happen after that council date. We're at least going to have 2 new councilors that get elected, but there could be more. So it could be a very different council environment post-election. So we'll have to wait and see on that. What else is going on? There's a couple of good projects going on around town. I mean, and about Market Landing Park, and about Bartlett Mall. And the bulkhead project is happening down there. The fire station project is working. But the 2 all-inclusive accessible playgrounds that are going in are starting to shape up. So if you haven't driven by Lower Atkinson, and that's like the Pioneer Fields, take a look down there. That playground is going in right now, which is great, really exciting. And that same company, once they finish there, they're going to go back up to the Bartlett Mall, and you can see the fenced-off area where the playground is, and then they're going to install that playground. So luckily, if we can keep having weather like this, perfect weather to get these 2 playgrounds in. So we're really excited about that. The revamped streets and sidewalks plan, I talked to you about this a little bit. So Wayne Amaral put his stamp on this plan. I think it's about ready to go back to council. So as you know, I put in a bond request for $6 million for this plan, and it's still sitting in committee. They've been waiting for this plan to get back to them. So I think we're about ready to set that plan back to them. It kind of veers away from my 135-246 plan that was in place this first 2 years. But I still think it's a real solid plan, and you'll actually see the work happening over all the wards, not just 3 wards a year. So I think there's a lot of good positives on it. And again, it's been nice having Wayne's input, and he can put his stamp on it, and this can be his plan moving forward, since he's going to be the one that's going to help us implement it. So we're excited about that. Lastly, Brown School, I'll mention this more next week, but we've got a couple Brown School meetings coming up this week internally, moving forward with hopefully an RFP process, and then also looking at what we could possibly do with the gym. The Whittier project, I'll have more on that coming up as well, but that was in the paper today, a $446 million project, and Newburyport is scheduled to pay $67 million over 34 years for that project. And right now we have 28 students that go there. So obviously I'm very concerned about that project, and I look forward to connecting with my other municipality leaders and see how we can collaborate on how we approach that project at Whittier. And then I did mention there's lots of things going on this weekend, so let me just get to them real quick. Friday night at the Knock Middle School, 6 to 8:30, there's a free community event. It's a movie showing of a movie called Crip Camp, and the DEI Alliance and the Commission on Disabilities is hosting that, so I hope you can go out for that. Witches Night Out is also Friday night. That's when all the stores downtown stay up later from 6 to 9. The Chamber has got a trolley that's going to go around town, so you can hop off and on the trolley. I know you'll see everyone dressed up in witches' costumes downtown. It's actually a really fun night. I used to work at the Port Tavern for many years downtown, and this was always one of my favorite nights to work. Just a lot of fun in and around town. This weekend downtown, Saturday and Sunday, we have Fall Fest. That's also another Chamber event. That's going to take place at the Waterfront Park. It's going to be music, crafts, food trucks, and then also it's just going to be a great time to be downtown here in Newburyport. But that's happening Saturday and Sunday, I think 12 o'clock on both days. The Newburyport Tennis Club turns 50 on Saturday. I can't wait to go down there and be part of that event. You know, I grew up in and out of the tennis club. My dad was a big tennis player down there. I grew up playing down there, so I have a lot of memories of that club, so I can't wait to go down there. That's Saturday at 3 p.m. at the tennis club. Oktoberfest is happening at the Brewing Company on Saturday, 12 to 6 p.m. And lastly, actually two more things I want to mention. Pause for a Cause is happening Saturday, and that's going to be at the Washington Street and Rail Trail entrance. And this Pause for a Cause is a breast cancer fundraiser, the Karen Wellington Foundation. But that's happening at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Saturday. I'm going to be down there, hopefully with my dog Josie, and we're going to take advantage of that event. Really great event happening every year. And it's October, right? So we're thinking trick or treat. So I'm just going to give you a couple dates. October 26th, Thursday trick or treat from 5 to 6 p.m. here at City Hall. Downtown trick or treat is going to be Friday, October 27th, 4 to 5 p.m. down here, downtown Newburyport. And lastly, City's trick or treat. People always ask about this, but it's the same every year, right? We always do trick or treat on the 31st. It's 5:30 to 7:30. So October 31st, which I believe is a Tuesday this year, but I could be wrong, Monday or Tuesday. But it's always on Halloween. And that's my Mayor's Corner this week. Sorry it's a little long. I hope everyone has a great weekend here in Newburyport. Take advantage of Fall Fest and Witches Night Out. And I will see you next time on the Mayor's Corner.